Hey, Nina.
Hey, Steph, how are you?
I'm good. So let's just tell the people.
Let's tell them, yeah.
All
Right in.
This is meant to be a bingeable episode. The episode that you listen to when you just have a quick 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to be jam-packed full of info. If you want to take out a pen and paper, go for it. No pressure. You just re-listen to it. But we're going to have we have quite a few tips in here for you.
Yeah. And it's jam-packed, so let's go. All right, it's the 10 most common myths we hear in marketing. Let's start with the first one, which I think the first one I'm going to get some really big backlash. And it's not to say that this entire sentence is a myth. It's just, let's break it down. So the first myth is marketing or making targeted, excellent content will guarantee you followers.
Like, sometimes you just got, like, the same with the algorithm and everything. Sometimes it just doesn't work. You can make the best content, the best everything, but it's just not, there's just no guarantees in life, unfortunately.
Right.
You know?
So while the plan should be to make targeted, valuable content, honestly, people are fatigued because let's say I search baseball.
Yeah.
It's going to then show me 50 baseball videos. And by the video, number 30, you're fatigued, you're tired. So the same way, let's say someone was searching real estate and they were watching Reels or TikToks. Mm-hmm. By the time they get to the 20th or 30th one of value-packed content, they are fatigued of that.
Right.
But what typically people do not get fatigued of is realness.
Yeah, that authenticity and that, like, because, I mean, you're, like, if they're watching a video of you, you're going to be different from those other people authentically. Your authentic self is going to be different, but that information might be the same, but the delivery needs to be different. So
yeah, so come across real, and I think you will see that you can go a lot further.
Right. Don't try to appeal to everyone by making, or like it's good to have like your niche and try and get that target audience, but like no one likes to be creeped out or feel like their phone is listening to them. So if you make this like very targeted, very specific advertisements or like videos, I feel like it turns me off. It scares me sometimes, like to be like, oh, I feel like it's weird. Like someone's watching me through my phone,
So be real and work your message in through realness, and that will grow followers more than anything.
Right.
All right, the next one is, this one's big, that social media posting is marketing. Social media is a tool. And the way I kind of broke this down to Nina when we were talking about it, the way I felt or thing that came to mind is, your marketing is a Swiss Army knife. It has many facets. So a Swiss Army knife, I don't know, is worth $40 to $60 roughly, depending on the size. Mm-hmm. A fork can be purchased at your local Target or Walmart for $3. So what that tells you is the value is in the entire thing, the entire knife with all the components. The same with your social media. While it has some value to it, it's more valuable if it's part of a bigger marketing plan.
Right, absolutely. And like if you have a fork that's a matching set, that's way more valuable. I could just go steal a fork from a restaurant.
Please don't steal.
I won't, but I mean, I technically could. And how much value do those forks have now? It's part of that. It's part of it being of the whole, that fork and that Swiss Army knife is way more valuable than just some rando fork.
Exactly. So the same as for your marketing, make sure that it encompasses many parts. So some in-person marketing, take a look at your branding, take a look at your personal brand. It just needs to be, people think they can post on social media and they have performed marketing, and that's not the case.
Or they focus all their energy on posting on their social media, and then they're like, well, where's all my business? What's happening? It's more like, not to say that it's not a great tool. It is. It's awesome. It's great for engagement. It's great to get your voice out there, but it can't be the end all be all. You got to have a few more things on the agenda if you want to really have a full circle marketing plan.
Exactly. So while we teach social media marketing, it has to be a lot more encompassing to do a true marketing plan that's productive. The next myth is you can hire someone to rank you number one on Google. If that was the case, all companies that take in over $1 million in profits would hire to be number one on Google. There are just so many things that go into that number one ranking.
Right.
Yes, you can pay for ads and get to the top.
You can see the sponsored ads,
But it takes time. It can take up to a year to 2 years. Consistent changes and consistently updating your Google My Business, having blog posts that optimize for keywords.
Yeah, looking into the search engine optimization that we've talked about before. Like when you can really hone in on that, it can help you get that better.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to definitely make sure you're taking a look at that. Making sure that all your profiles are linked. If you can get backlinked on other people's websites, that's an excellent way. But what I'm trying to say here, and we won't dive deep into this because this is a short episode, is that ranking on Google is hard, it's long, and it takes time and it takes effort. Mm-hmm. If you could just pay to get it done, then everyone would just pay to get it done.
Yeah. So don't be discouraged. Don't feel like you have to, be this like multi-million-dollar business to rank number one. You just have to be consistent. And it's like working out. You're not going to have a six-pack in a day. But if you're consistent with it and you stick to your plan and, maybe reevaluate here and there when necessary, you can get there, or at least you can increase your ranking.
Oh, absolutely. The next one is, if I go viral, my business will explode. Okay, so I always say this in our classes. Do not let your success fall to the weight of growth. So many people, they pray for growth, they hope for growth, they work for growth, they start to get it, and they weren't built for that. So there's two things I want to speak into going viral.
And explain that a little bit more when you mean built for that. Like, as in, I think she means more like set up to handle that. A lot of businesses, when they go, I've seen it on TikTok and I love it for them, but like they'll send these pleading videos out they'll post like a month after going viral, be like, thank you so much for all your support. I'm backlogged for 3 months, so please stop ordering from me. Love you. See you in 3 months kind of thing, and that's great for them that they went viral and they made that pop and they made that boom. But how much more awesome would it be if they had those systems set up to be able to handle that, Not to say that you can plan for everything, but if you can already have all your ducks in a row to be able to handle business as it increases, and if you were to get a major influx, that's...
Yeah, you want to have systems in place to handle that growth for sure. The other flip side to that is that the viralness, I don't know if viralness is a real word, doesn't always last. And I use the example of John and Kate plus 8. They had wild success in, I guess, the late, 2000, 8, 9, 10, somewhere right in there. I didn't look up the year. And they had lots of eyeballs on them, but yet they both had
TV shows and everything. They were doing quite well for themselves, but
they were... Obviously, there was some breakdown of either planning long-term for that success or pivoting with it and utilizing it in a way that they can maintain it. You see some people who come out, while I'm massively not a fan, but the Kardashians have done a phenomenal job. She, was a closet organizer for Paris Hilton, but leveraged that and grew and grew and grew. So whether you're a fan or not, and I typically don't watch the Kardashians. I'm trying to tread lightly for people that love them.
Yeah.
She took what she had, leveraged it well, and grew into an empire. Then you watch John and Kate plus 8 were given a lot of opportunities and really weren't able to make that work. So just be set up with systems to handle the growth ahead of time. All right, let's move into the next one. A $99, $399, or a $1,000 $99 course will grow your business. We're not going to spend a lot of time here because we have an episode coming out that will pertain to this myth and another myth. But you have to really take a look at those courses. Do they match your personality? Does the person you follow that inspired you to buy this course, do you relate to them? Do you see yourself in them? Because I know, I've talked about this before, I know I'm a little bit more on the introverted side. So if your course is telling me that I need to go stand on the street corner and do a big dance, I am probably not going to do that. Yeah, absolutely.
That course isn't going to work for me. So look at,
look at the person, like Nina said, I think that's a great sentence. Look at the person advertising the course. Do you see yourself in them truly? But I think we'll kind of leave it at that on this. Or do you want to add to it? No, I don't want to cut you off.
No, I mean, that too. And I would just say, if you're, not to say that the courses they can't be advantageous, they can. Just figure out the ones that work for you. Don't feel like you have to just because everyone's taking it, you heard it worked for your friend, it'll work for you. Do some research, look into what it'll offer. And a lot of them you can, especially these ones that are just designed by an individual or by smaller companies, email, ask questions, see if they're, what are the actual items, what are you going to get out of it? Can you just YouTube it and find this information? Do you learn what you need to learn by YouTube? Sometimes just doing the research for the class, you can kind of figure out what you need to know.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to jump into that a little bit more in another episode. So I'm really excited because we were both very passionate about the subject, and I've fallen victim to some of it. So that's another reason. Okay. The next one is, I have a successful social media account. I don't need a website. Do I think everyone in the world that is in business needs a website? I do not. But I think you are in a dangerous spot to build on rented land. TikTok is already seeing multiple bans.
The shadow banning that they do.
It's banned on a lot of universities now. And I know that there's ways around it.
Yeah,
I know
true.
I'm not saying that it's You can't get on at UF, but they are trying. Countries have banned it. Congress has met about it. It's a very scary place. So if people have fallen in love with you in social media, they want more of you. They're craving more of you.
Well, also too, I don't know, are you around for Vine? Remember Vine? Vine was amazing. I was obsessed with Vine. Vine's very similar to TikTok, if you know what I'm talking about. And I don't remember what exactly happened, but I just know that one day I had Vine. One day, just no more. It's not like it like died out and it became less popular. It was taken from us, and I loved it. Same with like the Angry Birds game. Like I didn't play that one, but like sometimes those things, like stuff just happens, and you can't control it. Also, like I'd be lying if I said that I could exactly explain the algorithm, because even if I could, it could change in a few months, and then you have to reevaluate. And
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. And what happens when you love someone like on the internet? You want to find out more. You crave them more. And that means that they're a hot lead if they go to your website. If they found you on social media and they've thought enough to go to Google, so log out of Instagram, log out of TikTok, go to Google.
Or just click your link in your profile.
Well, yeah, whatever it is. But to move from the platform to go find you means that they are probably a warm to a hot lead, if I had to guess at that point. They are craving more interaction. So I don't know why you wouldn't give them more interaction.
Right.
And I know we're trying to get these out quickly, but I wanted to speak into one more thing. Instagram and TikTok, and now Pinterest has moved to this, does everything in their power to keep you on their social platforms. So if they are trying to get their users to stay on Instagram longer, what do you think is going to happen if someone's scrolling through and they see your account? They're going to stay on the platform, and then they're going to see someone else's account and someone else's and someone else's, and then they're going to forget about yours.
And one thing that drives me nuts about Instagram, and it's more of a personal problem than anything, but like let's say someone sends me a reel or something, or like I think it's the reels, and then I watch the one they sent me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so funny, and then I scroll to the next one. It doesn't send me, like they could send me two. It won't send me to their second message. It'll send me to other related reels.
Right.
So if someone's sending, your post out, and then they scroll, you want them to go to your website, because if they just scroll, it'll just go to a different person that will have similar content to you, and then you'll either blend
you're
in
lost.
or
Yeah,
you're lost. You
yeah.
know?
A website allows you to stay, it grounds you. It grounds you really strongly.
Plus also it just makes you, I feel like it gives you a little bit more credibility. It gives you a little bit more of a, it just makes you look a little more official, a little more snazzy.
For sure. Followers are clients is the next myth we're going to talk about. Okay, I have fallen victim in this one as well. In the very beginning of my social media journey, you're so hungry to get followers because you believe it gives you clout. You believe it gives you that authoritative figure look that we're saying a website gives.
Yeah, and that's just like a nice metric to kind of measure your success. Not because it's a good metric, but because it's easy and it's successful.
It's easy.
It's right there. Yeah, Yeah. And everyone else, it's right there at the top of your Instagram profile. So even if I don't want to watch it, my followers can see it,
Right, but it's not the truth that it's your clients. It's a lot of it's your mom, your dad, your cousin, a nosy ex-girlfriend of your current boyfriend. There's a lot of people that can be. So just don't get caught up in that number. I think people preach this a lot for good reason. It is hard to not get caught up in that number. That's why we've moved a lot of our efforts off of social media and into a blog. It's quiet over there. I speak about that a lot. So that's kind of a given. We're going to move on from that one. The next myth is email marketing doesn't work. I don't ever check my email. Well, that is a huge myth. There is an average of 42% of return on investment in email marketing. So for every dollar you spend or invest towards email marketing, if done correctly, there is a $42 return on investment. It's large.
Right. Yeah. I mean, because maybe you don't check your emails, but think about, I know if I'm wanting to buy something, I might sign up for the email newsletter, and then I'm going to check
But
those
you do
emails,
check your emails if you care about it.
Exactly. So if they're maybe you might not get a bunch of cold leads signing up for your email list, but you'll probably get some warm ones that are signing up for it. So I feel like that might be a little bit of the reason why you get more of a return, because it's a little bit more of a warmer lead.
Oh, for sure. So the average national open rate is 15% for email marketing. So about 15% of your email list opens your email newsletter. And I know what you're thinking. Only 15%? Well, here's the thing. Only 1 to 3% of your social media followers are seeing your content. My average open rate is 70 to 75%. But that is because I've curated that the people that sign up for my newsletter have went through 1 to 2 other steps. Either they've attended a class or they've signed up for a freebie. I want them to already like me. I don't want to waste my time if I'm never going to be the person for them. So I only have my marketing set up where you're already a warm lead if you're signing up, which makes you excited to open that newsletter from us. So have a strategy, be selective on creating this email newsletter. Again, this would need to be an episode all on its own. We'll come back to it.
I know you're very passionate about the email marketing.
Yes,
so.
Nina's like, here she goes. She's about to go on one of these tangents. Stop. We told him we'll be short. All right, we only have 2 more minutes. Let's go through them. I don't need to attend in-person networking events. I have a jam-up social media presence.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a myth. I mean, I feel like we've talked about this in other podcasts too, but like you cannot replace that in-person networking, you know, like even if you post all the videos and you do the get ready with me's and the a day in the life with me all day long, it won't replace that in-person
human connection.
You know, that human connection. As much as the video can help supplement it and the social media accounts can help supplement that connection, being real and authentic and, you know, in your skin, out in person, shaking hands, it just makes a big difference.
It's quicker too. So it can take someone over a year to follow you on social media before they're brave enough to call you, DM you, slide into wherever. In person, you can make a deal in one night. You can go to a nice fancy dinner, spend an hour sitting next to some random person they place you next to, talk to them all night, and at the end of it, they're like, can I call you tomorrow about buying a house? It is quick. So if you are struggling with making any type of moves in your real estate business or any business, ask yourself, what does your in-person networking look like? Okay, final one we're really going to be short on because there's a whole episode on this, and that is bro marketing and sis marketing. I don't really have a myth set up, but believing the tactics that bro marketing and sis marketing uses.
Define bro marketing for us.
Bro marketing or sis marketing, they're the same. I just wanted to give them both, names. Is when people use very inflated visuals or inflated words to get you to buy, or they use a sense of FOMO.
Yeah, or like that scarcity mindset.
Yes.
Like I see this on Instagram still. I'm looking for 5 people to, 5 women to join my class. I need 5 more. I saw what I've been seeing going viral on Facebook lately this past few days is that they'll send this like picture of something and be like, there's only, no one's gotten the answer yet. 4 more guesses and you can win. But everyone's getting sent to their website to go sign up for something. It's like some way to just get their information, which, I mean, yeah, they're probably getting a lot of people added to their email list, but all those people were misled into thinking it was something slightly different and that you needed them for something.
Right. They're going to be a one-time customer because they're going to have a bad taste. They're
going to go through those steps and get irritated and then be like, oh, wait, you're trying to sell me something. I thought you were giving me something,
Right. The switch bait doesn't work. I don't like that. Yeah. And I would just want people to be aware that it exists and to really steer clear of it. And we're going to dive deep into another episode. So that was our bingeable episode today. I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully you're just now pulling up to the store or your kids are just now running back inside and your quiet time was over. So thank you for using your few minutes to listen to us.
Yes, absolutely. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope you can use these myths to, not get sucked into some of the
things that we're told on
online.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks.